So without further ado, and with additional reporting from Thomas Maher in Qatar, let's get straight into the day's headlines. Your latest F1 news roundup is here, and if you have missed anything, we have you covered from the day's key stories. Red Bull Junior Isaac Hadjar is understood by PlanetToF1.com to be in line for a potential VCARB seat next season, should Red Bull decide to promote one of Liam Lawson or Yuki Tsunoda to the senior team in place of Sergio Perez. And when asked about his future over the weekend, Hadjar did not shut down the idea that a seat may be on the cards. I mean, there's obviously confirmed and yet to be confirmed, right? He said, so, obviously, I literally can't tell you what I'm doing next season, because it's not been official. If I say I know, then maybe you guys know what's going on, so. How cryptic. Fernando Alonso saw that Max Verstappen was given a one-place grid penalty for impeding George Russell while they were both on cool laps in qualifying in Qatar, which has given him an idea for this weekend. I only read the news that it was a one-place penalty for I don't know, Alonso told media. He was slow, but George was on a slow lap as well. So in Abu Dhabi, if I'm in a slow lap, I will push crazy to the car in front to have penalty, I guess, if he's impeding me. It should come as no surprise that the ever-tactical Fernando Alonso is one such driver. After Max Verstappen's one-place grid penalty, he's discovered a way to put his rivals on the back foot. Christian Horner has revealed that he held exploratory talks with Fernando Alonso earlier this year over a sensational move to Red Bull for the F1 2025 season before deciding to re-sign Sergio Perez. The most experienced driver in the sport's history, having made his debut as long ago as 2001, Alonso is making his 400th appearance at this weekend's Mexican Grand Prix. The current Aston Martin star stands as one of the most successful drivers of his generation, with 2 World Championships and 32 race victories to his name. However, Alonso has failed to add to his title tally since 2006 and remains without a win since his penultimate year with Ferrari in 2013, with many pundits questioning his career choices over the years. Appearing on F1's Beyond the Grid podcast this week, Alonso revealed that he twice came close to joining Red Bull in the past. Alonso said he first held negotiations with Red Bull following his departure from McLaren at the end of 2007, when he met Horner and Adrian Newey at Heathrow Airport for talks before electing to rejoin Renault. Alonso insisted that he does not regret missing the chance to join Red Bull, claiming it was not totally guaranteed at the time that the team would emerge as a title-winning force in F1, and he let slip that the two parties held talks earlier this year over a deal for F1 2025, before Alonso opted to sign a new deal with Aston Martin until at least the end of the 2026 season. Pressed on his talks with Alonso earlier this year, Horner claimed the Aston Martin driver and his manager, Flavio Briatore, were testing the market before Red Bull offered a new 2-year contract to Perez. Alonso was briefly linked with a move to Red Bull in the spring, as the first doubts emerged over Max Verstappen's future, claiming at the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka that he had a feeling that Verstappen would be staying put for F1 2025. Horner explained, at that time, Sergio's contract hadn't been extended. As Fernando is a seasoned operator, he always wants to know all of his options, and between him and his manager or advisor of many years, Flavio, they're always testing the market. It just shows how hungry and competitive he is, and he's still delivering at 43 years of age. He's still in great shape, and it just shows that age is just a number. He's still a very, very capable Grand Prix driver, and, given the tools, I'm sure he'd be at the front. Recollections appear to vary over the exact timeline of Alonso's backseat meeting with Red Bull's hierarchy at Spa Airport, with Newey claiming last year that it actually occurred at the 2013 race when Alonso was driving for Ferrari. RB's Liam Lawson, who replaced Ricciardo at the US Grand Prix, appears to be the favorite to step up from the junior team in Perez's place, although the team's driver situation has been difficult to read all year. Although Williams rookie Franco Colapinto looked like a strong candidate to join the Red Bull stable of drivers a few weeks ago, sources say his performances over the past 3 races and his expensive crashes in Brazil and Las Vegas meant Red Bull opted against pursuing that option further. When asked about Colapinto after Sunday's Qatar Grand Prix, Horner said, "He for sure is a talent that's looking to earn his permanent place in Formula 1. We have a great pool of talent within the Red Bull Junior team, and I'm sure Franco will find his way onto the grid in the future." Sources have told ESPN that Red Bull Junior Isaac Hadjar, who could win the Formula 2 championship in Abu Dhabi, would step up to RB as Yuki Tsunoda's teammate. Hadjar is doing first practice for Red Bull in Abu Dhabi, as well as the test that follows the race next week. Perez's awful form this year has made it look increasingly likely he would not be racing for the team next season. He has failed to finish inside the top 6 since the Miami Grand Prix in May. Most within Red Bull blame his poor form for the team's positioning in the Constructors' Championship, with it having slipped to 3rd behind McLaren and Ferrari. Teammate Max Verstappen won the Drivers' Championship and leads nearest rival Lando Norris by 80 points, but the team is 59 points behind McLaren in the other title fight. Perez is a staggering 227 points behind Verstappen, the largest margin between a world champion and that driver's teammate in a season under the current point system. Should Perez also cut ties with Red Bull, he might see a possible route back with Cadillac in 2026, given his huge popularity and marketing reach in North America. F1 has an agreement in principle with General Motors to form an 11th team for that season. What you think about Red Bull reveal Fernando Alonso conditions as third meeting comes to light? Like and comments below.